Greetings, I'm Caffeine Rage and I'm back with the Sunday Sampler. This week we're going to be taking a quick look at the Blob. Yes, I realize this is a rather old game, but it just recently got ported to PC and I got my dirty little mitts on a review copy as I get out of the, the eye catch, I guess that would be technically called. This is published originally by Blue Tongue Entertainment. The port was handled by Blitworks and it is, published by THQ Nordic. And like I said, this is a review copy of a rather old game, to be perfectly honest. This originally released, I believe, in 2008, 2009? So it's been a while. But it finally made it to PC, and I'll be perfectly honest, I have a little bit of a history with this because I originally played the tech demo that they released before they announced that it was going to be at the time, Wii exclusive, and it was exclusive for nearly 10 years. So yeah, it's something that I wanted to play for quite a while, to be perfectly honest, and after playing it, kind of wish I didn't, because I'll be perfectly honest, there's things I like about it and things I don't, but I think the things I don't outweigh the things I do like. So let's just dive right into the things I like. Well, as we get started, there's a free paint mode, which is essentially just a free roam mode, and you go around painting things, and there's local multiplayer, co-op, or competitive. Unfortunately, I'm a friendless misanthrope, so I'm unable to show you that. And it is a shame that that's not online as well, because that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, for lame parties, it would be fun. But story mode, I've only gotten a few levels into this. There's essentially two different versions of the story mode. There's the roaming around, doing random things, and then there's the speed running, which is a very small level where you have to play a certain, or you have to paint a certain number of buildings, certain colors within a very tight time frame. But we're just going to dive right in. I'm going to go, I'm just going to play the first level just to be able to goof around with it. And first up is, really the music. I've unlocked a couple so far, and as you collect different styles on the different levels, you have to collect them all, I believe. I could be mistaken on that. You unlock different styles of music and different, patterns that you paint. We'll just go with the funky. And we'll just skip this, at least for the time being. I will show you a couple of the movies, just to give you an idea of the humor of this. Which, that is a very strong point of this, is the humor of the game. Welcome to the revolution. This is, the storyline is that the Ink Corporation has sucked all the color out of Chroma City and has declared a war on color, which would not really suit the political climate of today, but what the hell. It's an old game, so it gets a pass, right? Anyway, you are literally painting the town red, blue, green, or any color in between. Well, I'm just clicking through real quick, because I should have gone with the second level to avoid the tutorials, but you grab color, you get ink points, or paint points, and there you go. And these are the styles that you grab. I can already make the buildings look funky. But it has a great soundtrack, and I do love the humor of it. Unfortunately, the humor is kind of few and far between, and going in between those, I found the game honestly a bit boring, because there's not much of a challenge, and whenever it does present you with a thing to do, it's always the same thing. But I guess there's only so much you can do with, paint these, we'll just skip this. Paint these buildings a certain color. Do this thing in a certain amount of time. It's very limited. And it's a shame, because overall I would like this a lot more if there was a lot more to do, but it may just come down to this is not a game aimed for me. But then I take a look at some of the other things, particularly the time limit. You may see that clicking down in the upper left-hand corner. The levels have a certain amount of time that you have on the level before your time runs out and it's game over. This could be extended by doing certain things, like I just painted a complete block. Well, I painted it one color. Should have had some citizens come out somewhere. I don't see them though. Maybe it's just not on this block since this is the opening level, but But anyway, as you complete certain objectives, you build up your points in the upper right hand corner, which unlocks gates, and you also get extra time to go around on the level and do more things. Which it's kind of weird that this is such a essentially a achievement based. Yes, I realize I can jump. Such an achievement and such a score attack based game, and they didn't put Steam achievements in. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but at the same time, it's strange. Anyway, the challenges, yeah. Let's just go around and paint things. Yeah, it is a shame. Oh, there we go. And you paint these guys and you get extra time. And that's really the basis of the game, is going around doing little challenges and essentially building up your high score. Granted, I am not getting a great score because I'm only painting these buildings one color, which it's a little ironic that, okay, there's the war on color, and in order to build up or to really get things done quickly, things are kind of monochromatic because that's the quickest way to just run around and paint things with just one color or maybe two colors. The irony is not lost on me, like I say. But anyway, let's talk a little bit more about gameplay, because since I am... Oh, we'll just skip that. That basically paints an extra or large portion of the town and gives me more points. And that's the thing, is that a lot of this is tied to points to unlock gates, and you get to the end of the level. To get to the end of the level, you have to unlock a certain number of gates. And you have that timer that's constantly ticking down. Granted, it's not that big a deal. There's not a lot of challenge to the game. But, I don't think this is a game aimed for, a 30-something core gamer. This is more along the lines of, like, the Lego games. Let's go ahead and grab this for some extra points. And just run around painting things. Painting the town red, orange, blue. But that's kind of the point of this, isn't it? It's just to really goof around. Or at least for me. I mean, like I said, this is likely not a game for me to begin with, so it's not that big a deal because, games aren't... Every game doesn't have to be for everyone. And I could accept that, but then I'll look at the other things, like the camera, and how the camera doesn't really follow me all that well, and could sometimes get caught on things, and I find it too frustrating for me to really enjoy the game for what it is. Oh, that looks like I missed one of these guys. And there's supposedly a center camera button, but I've never gotten it to work, which is a little strange, but what can I say? And the fact that the challenges that they give you are constantly repeat, I mean, well, it really just comes back to, okay, there's so many things that you could do in general, but maybe I'm just looking at this overcritically. I mean, that's very possible. But I absolutely love the soundtrack. I love the humor of the game when it pops up. So it's one of those games that I think I look at and wish I liked it a lot more. So something else that I don't like about the game, since we're on a little bit of a love fest for a moment there, is the platforming in general. Let me unlock this gate and probably have another mini cutscene. And then I'll show you what I mean, because... Oh, grab some time. We'll just skip this. Oh, that's the compass, which allows you to see what you're missing. Which, for a completionist, this is an absolute nightmare, because... Oh. I'm the hero Chroma City needs, but not deserves. Yeah, see, press the right stick to get it behind me, but I never got it to do that. Granted, you can go into first person with this. But, yeah, it's has that halo on it, and it's very sluggish. It's not, the camera's not very good, and the jumping, whenever you get on something, I'll get on a wall over here, kind of stick to it, but it's, you can technically wall jump, but it's very sluggish, and the Blob wants to just stick to things. It reminds me, the Blob acts like Gish. If you don't know Gish, Gish is essentially just this little ball of tar. A game by Ed McMillan of Super Meat Boy fame and Binding of Isaac and that sort of twisted sense of humor. But yeah, the Blob acts very sticky on his jumps. And you have to try to aim, but because the camera does some odd things with a perspective, you could end up jumping in a completely different direction than what you were intended to, as I'm kind of just trying to jump back and forth here. And it's very easy to start grabbing some extra forward momentum when I really don't mean to. But that's what I mean by, yeah, the jumping feels a little off. Granted, for being a 3D platformer, this is not a game that's a lot about platforming, ironically enough. It's a lot more about just painting the town and completing all these little mini challenges, which, okay, we'll do a little mini challenge just to, well, first of all, paint these guys, get some extra time. Paint, yeah, well, I have to mix the colors, which that is one thing that's nice, is that it does support the secondary colors. So let's see, I'm yellow, so I hit blue, and I can paint blue, or sorry, paint green, go back to blue. But the thing is that there's not a lot of particular challenge here. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, that's a challenge. Like I said, not a lot there, but it's not really meant for a core gamer, and that's the thing, is that, oh, I sound like such a jerk saying this, that the Wii was not meant for core gamers in general, but yeah, that's really the truth, honestly. And games like the Blob, which are making their way slowly to PC, are kind of showing that. An extra life, excellent. There's really just, I'm gonna head to the exit, then we'll hit another level as I kind of wrap things up, because there's not, and honestly, Let's see. I need to grab some more points because I can't unlock the last gate, which means challenges. Okay. Paint all these things brown. Well, I'm already brown. But yeah, a little monochromatic, huh? Gotta say, the irony is not lost on me. And you can see what I mean by the camera being a little bit wonky at times. There we go. Oh. Looks like I need to hit this building. Oh, and there's that one over there. There we go. Challenge complete. It is kind of weird that they didn't do the Steam challenges or the Steam achievements, and that it is really essentially a single player only game unless you have multiple people nearby, because I think this would be a game that would have been picked up a lot more if it had multiplayer as an online component. Ooh. There we go. A few more. Granted, not everything needs to be online multiplayer as well. So, really conclusions, because there's not. Can I really talk a lot about a game that is this old? I mean, really? Oh, I could hit this button. Gate open. Next goal 75,000, and I'm just going to skip this. Grab that. Okay, landmark painting. This is probably my biggest annoyance so far, is that this is basically a leftover of the Wii Wackel controls. So you target this, you hit it, and then you have to hit the button, in this case 30 more times. I mean, I'm sure on the Wii, it was just shake the controller, but just spamming the button is annoying. But it's a Wii port, so what can I do? Well, other than just sit here and complain on my YouTube channel, which I am. Oh, the gate is unlocked. We'll skip that. Hit the exit and then leave. There we go. I'll do the opening for the, and this shows you all the goodies. I painted 50% of the town. I did 3 of the 10 challenges. I had 8 minutes. I collected 7 to 12 styles. I painted 39 to 85 trees. I didn't get the blimp. Only painted 56 of 168 citizens. I did 2 of 4 transformations. Didn't paint a billboard, and I only got 1 or 2 landmarks. Like I said, a completionist nightmare, because they'll just sit there and see all that stuff and think, oh shit, I missed all of that. And there's no way of really seeing that in game until you hit the ending. The compass does show a few things, but not really all that well. So we'll head downtown and see the opening cutscene for this. And go righteous. This is what I meant by the humor. I do absolutely love the humor. I just wish it was more often. Whoops. And that's the opening cutscene to Downtown. Plan is working. Blob are raiding on Uptown, left Ink retreating. Now we move on to Downtown and win more gradients over to our cause. This freeway leads all the way downtown. And there's a checkpoint at the end. Ink, know you're coming. Yeah, they don't take this lightly. They also have terrible traps devised for you. Ooh, so it looks like the challenge may be actually escalating, but the thing is that, you know, the first couple of levels I found myself very, very bored. Paint you, paint you, paint you, paint you. Good thing, you know, the cars don't just splatter the blob. But I guess it's time for conclusions, really, because I showed a little bit of humor. I showed some of what's going on as we kind of just sit here and really paint random things. But once again, that's kind of the point of the game. Very repetitive on challenges. I know I didn't show all that well, but there's, like I said, there's only so much that they've shown me so far in the first few levels. And I did really show the speed platforming, mostly because it annoys the ever-loving hell out of me, because, well, the camera is really meant for speed, so trying to get the speed runs going, or working well, is exercise of frustration. And I will say that toying around with... Oh, out of paint points. I will say that toying around with the camera settings does make things a little bit better, but at the same time, it's the default camera settings are just absolutely abysmal. It's way too sluggish, and I never did get the center camera working. So, yeah. Completionist nightmare. Just, yeah. I could see where the paints are, my nearest challenge, and that's it. I can't see what I need or what I have left to paint, which is a huge oversight, especially for people that want to sit there and paint everything, especially since they give you a percentage after the fact. So yeah, it's one of those things that feels a little strange that they do that. Granted, it may be meant to go back and repaint to go do that, but it's, yeah, just a general lack of challenge, at least so far in the first couple of levels. It's left me honestly feeling very, very bored while playing it, or while playing the Blob. But I absolutely love the art style, having the world change as I paint it is very nice. The audio design is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I'm a gameplay guy, so yeah, fighting the camera is just, it leaves me frustrated in general. And the fact that most of the game comes down to a point attack system where I'm trying to get a certain amount of points in a certain amount of time. And that just, well, doesn't appeal to me, but this may just come down to the point of this not being a game for me. Especially since the jumping in a 3D platformer is very abysmal. That stickiness, even though now it seems to be working a little bit better, but it seems to be very random on just how well the jumping works, because sometimes it works well, sometimes it is very, very sticky and he doesn't want to do a well jump at all. And, oh, and I should say, hang on, let me go over to the option screen and show this, because the option screen is just terrible. No real graphical options at all, which I realize this is a near decade-old game. Oh, got an ink checkpoint down there. So they already occupied the access to downtown. It's being strictly controlled. Looks like they stepped up security. Oh. The checkpoint is heavily guarded. Yep, I figured that. These guys could shoot you out of the air. Yeah, before you were able to just basically ground pound them. But he's going to tell us how to take them out. Okay. Good to know. Probably should go grab some more ink if I'm going to do that, but I don't think I am. I'm just kind of wasting time doing kind of my finish summary. And I will say that the price is fairly good. I mean, granted, I keep coming back to the fact that this is a very old game, and it is. So it is tough to ignore the fact that, yeah, this is a near decade-old game. But it is also a $20 price tag, so I can't complain too much about that. Because, yeah, we've had re-releases just recently that have added really nothing, but is still, you know, a $60 release. And I think this isn't a game that really fits a $60 price tag, but and that's just me, and I'm maybe just a tightwad on that. And I think that wraps this up. I can't think of anything else I really have to talk about on this, so as always, constructive feedback is greatly appreciated, especially for the Sunday Sampler, because that does dictate exactly what I play. If you want me to focus on a particular genre, or if I get a review copy that you definitely want to see me play, well, leave it down below and I will at least try to get it. I do try to keep at least somewhat recent games on the Sunday Sampler, though. And that is kind of, I am kind of stretching that one on this one, but that's beside the point. And, well, if you don't really have any feedback, but want to let me know that you've enjoyed or hated this, hit the appropriate buttons and subscribe if you see more of the Sunday Sampler or my other content. As always, thank you for watching, and as we go mess up some bad guys, hopefully. Whoop. Yep. Oh. Yep. Yeah, well, they actually are dialing up the difficulty a bit, but so far, yeah, like most of the difficulty has been in the camera. But yeah, we're way past due to get out of here. So thank you for watching, and that's been the Blob. Yeah, we'll see if we could get something a little bit more recent next time. Thank you for watching.